is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Get real.
No.
Y'all,
This
just
is
stop.
a sham.
It's finally here. Drum roll.
Welcome to DBL. Happy Friday, ladies.
Woo!
That was like the best. Maybe the whole year, that was the best, like,
You liked it, huh?
intro, huh? Yeah.
This is my last day before I go on vacation.
Let's make it about you.
Okay, yeah, that's what I do. That's what I do.
Meanwhile, I'm in her sick seat. She's been coughing in the seat for 2 weeks.
But no one's gotten sick. It's a real viral cold just within myself.
Then you're Southern?
Yeah, when I'm cold, when
It
I'm
made
cold.
her Southern.
Ooh, warm out here.
We do a show or just do what we normally do with Tori? Just keep asking questions.
Well, that is a show in itself. It's just a different type of show.
It really is.
Tune into the YouTube break. Tori likes to take over.
right.
All right, SJP, let's get to it. Sarah Jessica Parker is speaking out about Kim Cattrall's return to the Sex and the City franchise. Kim makes a cameo as Samantha Jones in the new season of And Just Like That. SJP told an Australian talk show how it went down under. Watch.
It was an idea that we had that was really about our 25 years and celebrating that. And she had surfaced, obviously, in the first season, but this just simply takes those texts and it puts a face with it, a face that, you know, a gorgeous face that we love and that the audience has loved. And it's, you know, it's just a quick pop. It's just a phone call, and it's very much, it will be familiar.
Nah. Were you buying it?
No.
I wasn't buying it.
No, I just heard Cynthia Nixon go off on another podcast or interview, and she really kind of said how bad it was. I just think they're trying to publicize this as a light, frothy, little dollop of nostalgia, and I think there's some real hurt feelings there.
Yeah, what happened
Real
that it still like
Yeah.
hurts?
I think it went deep between those four women.
Well, we know what it's like to
Right.
work on an ensemble cast. Like, there are times, like, we always say, like, I love y'all, but sometimes I don't like you, and y'all feel the same way about me. I mean, it's a
but
very,
we're all
like,
here, right? We're all here.
Right.
What
But
happened
it's
that
hard to keep the band together.
Yeah.
I mean, and after 20 plus years,
Sure.
I mean, there's a lot that can go down. But I think I was very much a fan of, I was going to say Samantha, Kim Cattrall, just biting the bullet for the culture, for pop culture, for the nostalgia. But it also isn't fair to everyone else on the set, because if someone doesn't want to be there
So
and they
true.
become a cancer to the production, then it's not fair for anybody to have to live in that.
That's so toxic, you're right.
Yeah,
Very
so
true
I think
point.
that this is a really great way of kind of like throwing in just a little bit, you know, no love lost type situation. I'm going to do this from afar to contribute, and then just keep it moving.
Yeah,
like,
that's
I think it's best for everyone.
That's a good explanation. You want to take a stab at it? That was pretty good.
I was more focused on how crooked her necklace was.
It was so irritating.
It bothered me. It still bothers me.
Now I have to watch it again.
Was it asymmetrical?
Can we watch it again without the sound?
So
I want to
My comeback necklace.
Because I didn't see it. So,
Jeffrey, you'll want to jump through the camera.
all right. I see
I
what
think-
you're
is it-
talking
is it
about.
intentional?
Wait, I think it's supposed to be like
it's
that.
Stuck.
Oh, I think
It's
No.
not intentional.
Is it stuck?
It looks stuck.
This could go viral right here.
It
Okay,
seems
that conversation,
asymmetrical, like
because I think it's supposed to be like that.
What?
Do you see a blue dress or do you see a yellow
No,
dress?
it's like stuck. But all right.
I'm going with on purpose.
deliberate.
Deliberate.
Okay.
Stuck.
I think it's deliberate. I do.
Erica, tiebreaker?
I'm going to go with deliberate just because it's SJP. That
lost
it was
that.
like a
Thanks for contributing.
supposed to be asymmetrical. Yeah.
Hey, saying, by the way, it was 3-1. You lost.
I lost
That was
big time.
Yeah, ouch. And yeah, people around the room are like,
Sad. They're sad.
Yeah.
I'm rubbing it in a little bit. All right, let's get on. Speaking of feuds, former Real Housewife Bethenny Frankel is reacting to being dissed on Sex in the City. I thought about you when I heard this story, Erica. In one scene, Carrie says she has been avoiding renting a house in the Hamptons, and another character says, is that because of Bethenny Frankel? Well, Bethenny posted the clip on Instagram with the caption saying, sipping on my brand of wine, or my new brand of wine, I should say, that just paid for my house in the Hamptons. That would have been a little better if I read it clear.
Yep.
And prepare for more Sex in the City. No, let's talk about that before we keep going on, because it's too long. Let's talk about what just happened with that wine, because that was a nice little...
Yeah, I'm happy to see Bethenny Frankel stepping up to the occasion, looking chic, because she has kind of branded a little bit of like, I don't like when super rich people like monetize on the disheveled. Like, she looks like she's been disheveled lately on purpose.
Yeah, now she's doing makeup tutorials, and I follow her religiously.
I know.
Maybe she's drunk.
Drugstore makeup stuff. You're right.
I understand that,
It's
but
too
why
much
you
for
look
me.
so tired all the time?
Because she's
like,
drinking her wine.
No.
But no, she looked great in that. Like, that looked a little bit more on brand, probably,
yeah,
because
she
it
looks
was
great
with
there.
rosé. But I mean, lately I'm like, girl, take a nap.
If I had $1 billion, I wouldn't be on Instagram constantly looking at 99-cent makeup
She does
products.
dollar store
It's like,
runs.
go enjoy your life.
Right.
That's just my opinion. That might fulfill her being on Instagram. For me, if I had $1 billion, I would be traveling. My social media would be shut off. So I just don't get it.
But that's how she promotes her brand, her products, right?
She doesn't need to. No, she's doing reviews, but believe me, I'm sure.
Oh,
she
there's
has an
something
end
on the
game.
side?
She's very smart. I'm sure there's an end game.
And I follow it deeply. I love drugstore makeup, and so I follow it every day, and she'll really get into it. Like, she cares.
It
So
shows, yeah.
I know.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
As the
I'm kidding.
drugstore
I'm
makeup
kidding.
of us.
Jure, come on, buddy. I'm kidding.
No, but I like her brand, but it is very different from her Hamptons billionaire status, which I kind of like. She's like one of the people. I like it.
Go enjoy your life.
No, but I like. Well, she grew up.
If you had $1 billion franchise of wine, would you still be on social media?
I might.
Why?
I feel like, I think you would.
I'll be honest. Because I like the interaction.
Yeah.
And I'm a little addicted.
I think she's addicted too.
I think you're right.
I would
think she
be on
is.
social media too, but from the Maldives.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I thought about you a little bit because you would be on there
for sure.
showing like where you're at and be like, what's up? You gonna hate
It wouldn't
now?
even be like where I'm at. It would just be doing the same things in the Maldives.
Yes.
You know, I
Do you
still
wanna
have my
go?
podcast.
I'll go to the
I would come.
Maldives.
I would chime in here.
Yeah.
Erica didn't even say like a tropical beach. She has it specific on her vision board.
This one. Me too.
Once in a blue
Maldives.
moon, we get a Zoom call from Erica, and she's like at a different tropical location. That's what you would do.
Absolutely. I would be talking about the world from where I'm sitting at it. Yeah.
Got it.
All right, I like it. I like it. Those are good Friday vibes. All right, switching gears here. Remember these iconic scenes from Maury Povich's show? Take a look.
David, you are the father. You are not. You are the father.
Everybody remembers that. Now Maury is launching a DNA paternity test company where you can reveal those results at home. This is genius. Maury's company is called The Results Are In. The test includes all the materials and instructions for how to take a sample at home and then send it out to a lab. What does that say?
DNA.
Oh, why is it weird like that?
Because it's giving you dashes. DNA.
No, but look, it
it's the
says
prompter.
AD/N/ whatever.
That's confusing.
Listen, it's Friday. I don't care about that anymore.
Brilliant
You like it?
marketing. Brilliant.
Brilliant.
Yes.
But you still got to send it out to the lab. Like when I first thought this, I was like, oh, you could just like swab it and I don't know why.
How do you get
yeah.
But how do you get their sample? Because a lot of the times these people, at least on the Maury Povich show.
Oh my God, you're right.
Yeah, you almost have to have some like trickery because they firmly believe that they're not the father.
So what? You maybe get a cup, or a cigarette. I've listened to a lot of true
maybe
crimes.
toothbrush.
Trash. You go in the trash.
maybe hair.
No, if they will
while they're
willingly give.
sleeping.
Absolutely. She's
This
right.
is for willing participants.
I don't
You
think
can't be
so.
rummaging
I don't
through
think
your
so.
ex-boyfriend's trash.
Why not?
What?
Why not? If you
Because
get the sample.
that's insane.
If it's a willing participant, you'll go to the doctor and do it.
How about just be like, hey, Frank, I think it's your kid. Can we handle this like adults and get a Maury test?
No. Trickery, I tell you. Well, yeah, please.
No, I'm just going to say, for just legal purposes, first of all, hopefully you know, and even if they denying it, then you can order or try to order a DNA test and force them. But also for men, on the other hand, you need to ask for that within the first 9 months. Otherwise, in most states, you on the hook for all 18 years, regardless if that's your child or not.
And we all know
So-
the Kevin Costner, how that turned out.
It Costner him a lot.
Again with that joke.
Someone wrote me and said they appreciated
Yeah, you
it.
sent
I know,
it
you
to our
texted to
group
all of
text.
us,
Well,
yeah.
all saw it.
Well,
How many people responded?
you just said cool.
All right, let's squeeze this last story. Jennifer Lawrence is a sucker for punishment. She recently lost her cool when eating some super spicy wings on the YouTube show Hot Ones. Let's watch.
Oh my God.
I know.
I don't know what to, nothing helps.
I know.
I feel like I'm gonna die.
I know. I get it.
Have you ever had anybody act like this?
Yeah. No, I get it.
This is a genius idea.
Yeah.
Genius idea. We actually were just talking about this Friday before your live podcast because we went out and had shishito peppers, and some of them were really hot.
I
Too
never
hot.
had a hot one. Are you sure?
Yeah,
Dude, I went to
shishito
another
peppers are
place.
tricky.
Hot?
It's like every third sometimes.
Yeah, 2 of the people there ate it and like had to leave the table. It was so hot. You like got up and left.
And I like spicy. One was too hot. But then like answering questions in that process, we actually brought this up. Genius.
Very smart. It's the same thing with the DNA test, right? It's high stakes. So you're like, everybody's waiting for the envelope for the
Eating a hot wing and having a kid?
No, but answering questions where you're at the height of panic is also a really fun thing to watch a celebrity go.
That'd be great. Hey, we're going to do a podcast. By the way, you're pregnant. So, how's life? Fun?
I would listen.
It's like, well, that changes the beverage that I'm going to eat.
Exactly. That's right.
Yeah.
That'd be a genius show, though. Coming up on DBL, our interview with Go-Go's front woman, Belinda Carlisle. She's telling us about her new music, and Erica is telling us about Nia Long's new memoir. I like Nia Long.
Me too.
Ooh, in her new segment, what Erica's watching.
You said it all creepy.
DBL, this show is amazing.
There's a lot going on down here.
I would have been part of the Mile High Club.
Yeah.
So on point.
But I'm going to have a conversation about what's happening now.
Why would a dentist make a good detective?
2:30.
No, that's your only joke with dentists. Because you get to the root of the problem. Anywho.
That like this past week, and they were like, "Oh, tell a joke to each other," because I was like one of the actors, and I was like, "Okay, cool." And someone told, "No, I could not remember one of your terrible jokes." I was like, "I literally."
Jerry, that's hurtful, and I feel seen. The best one is this. What did the number 0 say to the number 8? Nice belt. No, that's the best one.
Jerry, were you offended when
The rabbit?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe.
Here's another one. A priest, a pastor, and a rabbit walk into a blood bank, and they say to the rabbit, "What type blood are you?" And he goes, "I think I'm a type O." Because he's a rabbi. It takes a little bit of explaining. I liked it. Anyway. Speaking of and just like that, apparently a little cringy. Sex scenes are a little cringy, forced, not so great. My least favorite character on TV is on And Just Like That. It's Che Diaz. Do you guys remember them? It's a non-binary character played by the woman from Grey's Anatomy, and I like her. But she did a stand-up show in it, and everybody stood. And I've done hundreds of stand-up shows. Everyone sits. It was like everything she did was cringy. She smoked a joint in like the living room and had sex with Miranda when Carrie was sick. And like, I hate this character. I hate it, and it is #1 on Rolling Stone's least liked characters, Che Diaz. Just a cringy. So let me know if you've seen it and write me if you like the new one. I hear it's not good.
And by the way,
Welcome back. Why is Nia Long becoming an open book? And just like that, a Black legend's joining the Sex and the City reboot. And which queen is rocking the cover of Essence? In this week's What Erica's Watching. First, Nia Long's career speaks for itself, but now she's sharing behind-the-scenes stories of her many TV and film gigs from the 90s up until now in a soon-to-be-released memoir. And the leading lady who made her big splash in Boys in the Hood says that we can expect the truth about her ups and downs, including the details of her messy divorce. And that one time when she was told she was too mature-looking to be one of Charlie's Angels. Now, this queen has remained a class act, and I look forward to reading how she brought Black girl magic to Hollywood. Next, Kim Cattrall's return to the Sex and the City reboot was a shock to many fans. And now we have another pleasant surprise. Nicole Ari Parker is the latest gal pal to join the New York City clique, and she just announced that a very special guest star will be playing her father, and it's none other than the one and only smooth-talking King Billy D. Williams. Now, with these two new characters, and just like that, is bringing sexy black. And finally, now that Missy Elliott is stepping into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, she's the current Essence magazine cover girl. The female rapper icon is celebrating the 50th anniversary of hip-hop and continuing to push boundaries. She's also talking about how she deals with depression and anxiety in the latest issue. And the humble rap star says that the pandemic forced her to realize that she needed to make her mental health a priority. And that's how you get your peace on. Get your peace on. Share with me anything that catches your eye by using the hashtag DBL Erica Watch. We'll be right back.
Summer is here, and that means your family might go swimming in lakes or rivers to beat the heat. And yes, your pets too.
But before you or your pet jump in, listen up.
State officials and pet owners have issued warnings over the years about blue-green algae blooms after dogs died from suspected poisoning. So let's verify. Is some blue-green algae toxic to pets? Our sources are the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, Washington State Department of Health, the Minnesota Pollution Control Agency, and VCA Animal Hospitals. If you see a body of water that appears to have green paint or pea soup floating on top, that is likely cyanobacteria, also known as blue-green algae. It usually blooms in the summer and early fall. Most blue-green algae blooms are not harmful, but some can produce toxins that can be deadly to pets. The Minnesota Pollution Control Agency says blue-green algae blooms can lead to poisoning in pets if they drink from or swim in contaminated water sources. Dogs can also ingest the algae by licking it off of their fur after a swim. The CDC says animals can die within hours to days of swallowing those toxins. So we can verify, yes, some blue-green algae is toxic to pets.
So how can you tell if a blue-green algae bloom is toxic? You can't.
VCA Animal Hospitals say it's impossible to tell whether a bloom contains toxins just by looking at it, and that all blue-green algae blooms should be considered toxic until proven otherwise. So be vigilant. Don't allow pets to drink from water that has bluish-green scum on the surface or around the edges. And if you think your pet swam in water with blue-green algae, make sure to rinse them thoroughly with clean water afterward and contact a vet immediately.
Those blooms can also affect you.
Our sources say exposure to high levels of blue-green algae and their toxins can cause diarrhea, nausea or vomiting, skin irritation, and difficulty breathing in humans.
With your Verify, I'm Ariande Till.
Welcome back. It's hard to think about 80s music without thinking about Belinda Carlisle and all those hits we just heard. Earlier, we chatted with the pop icon about her new album, Kismet. Check it out.
Please welcome to the show, Belinda Carlisle.
Belinda, what an honor. Let's jump right in. Social media has introduced a whole new generation to 80s music, like yours with the Go-Go. So what's it like to see your music from the 80s inspire a younger generation?
Oh, it's amazing. I think a lot of it has to do with, you know, like Heaven is a Place on Earth being in Black Mirror, and that brought a whole new demographic to my shows and to my music. And we've been lucky enough as the Go-Go's, too, to have a lot of our songs placed in movies and TV shows. And yeah, it just brings a whole new generation. It's amazing.
I wanted to ask you about this. You dealt with a lot of criticism from your weight when you were younger. Do you think we are headed in the right direction as far as at least Hollywood's criticism of women's bodies in general? Or do you feel like we still have a long way to go?
Well, I mean, I don't really pay attention too much, but it seems like there's a lot more body positivity than when I was, you know, when I was starting out. I mean, as a young girl, it was very damaging. Even being, I was pretty and plump, cute and chubby. It was always, my weight was always mentioned with, was synonymously with my name or whatever I was doing. So it was tough. People didn't realize how damaging it is to a young girl.
Sure.
So I think it's a lot better. I think there's a long ways to go, though, for sure.
That's fair. That's fair.
Well, you know, the album has such a cool, unique name, Kismet. What was the inspiration behind it?
Well, I was not planning to do any more music, to be honest. I was kind of thinking about, retirement or semi-retirement. And then my son ran into Diane Warren, who's, everybody knows who Diane is, probably one of the greatest living songwriters. And coincidentally, he introduced himself and he goes, "What is your mom doing?" And so they FaceTimed me. It was out of the blue. And I wasn't really sure whether I wanted to commit to something or not like this, like recording. But you don't say no to Diane Warren. So she had just written Big, Big Love, which was the first single off the EP, a couple of days before. And she wasn't sure who it was for. So she thought, bingo, it's for Belinda. And I went down to the studio. I heard Big, Big Love. And I thought, I can't say no to this. It's like a gift from heaven. And so that's why it was like a series of coincidences that led me to make this EP. It wasn't planned at all. So hence the name Kismet.
I'm always curious, with the person that comes up with the album, what their favorite song is. And it's not necessarily how popular it is. It's just like, I always think that there's a song that you like the most. Is there one for you on this album?
Well, I think for me and for a lot of people the feedback is the last song on the EP is called Sanity. And it's totally insane and full on. And I think that's probably my favorite song off the EP.
That's a great cover.
I know.
That is a great cover.
Love that. I want to wish you a happy Pride Month. You posted a picture of you and your son in honor. What does Pride mean for you?
Right. Well, so my son, I have a gay son. So for me, it's about, I'll do anything for the community that I can to help it. And, it's like, since he came out when he was 14, it's like 10 steps forward, 5 back. And, I've been an activist for the gay community since the AIDS crisis began. So I've lost a lot of friends to AIDS. So for me, it's about self-love and acceptance. And as they say, love is love. And I think it's always fun to go out and celebrate.
Beautiful. Beautifully stated. Belinda, thank you so much for joining us. DBL Nation, you can check out Belinda's new album, Kismet, now wherever you listen to music. Thanks again. Congratulations. We're so glad you're back.
Thank you.
Are you skeptical of headlines and what you see on social media? We are too. The Verify newsletter helps you distinguish between true and false information by answering your questions. It provides fast facts on trending topics, spotlights major stories, and even includes a daily fun fact for all those trivia buffs out there. Get Verify's fast facts delivered every weekday to your email inbox. Go to verifythis.com/email to check it out.
Millions of retired Americans rely on Social Security checks to pay their bills. But several Verify viewers asked us if the program could soon run out of money. So let's verify. Will Social Security go bankrupt? Our sources are the Social Security Administration, AARP, the Center on Budget and Policy Priorities, the Congressional Research Service, and Joseph Cordes, a professor of economics and public policy at the George Washington University. Here's how Social Security's budget works. Revenue is collected from payroll taxes. Funds are distributed in the form of monthly checks to all the eligible recipients. If more money is coming in than going out, the excess gets put into a special trust fund. For decades, that was the case, as there were more workers paying taxes than recipients collecting checks. But in recent years, there have been more and more retirees, and those retirees are living longer, meaning Social Security is paying out more than it's taking in from payroll taxes. So how does SSA make up the difference? That trust fund. But of course, you can only do that for so long before the trust fund is depleted. Experts estimate that at the current rate, the trust fund could be out of money in about 10 years. So what happens then? Is the whole system bankrupt? No, because you still have payroll taxes coming in from everyone currently in the workforce. Experts say those taxes could cover 77% of the benefits any given year. So we can verify, no, Social Security won't go bankrupt, but the checks could get smaller. That reduction in benefits would make a huge difference for millions of Americans, and that's why advocacy groups are pushing Congress to find another funding source to close the gap. With your Verify, I'm Casey Decker.
Artificial intelligence is slowly taking over the drive-thru. Let's connect the dots. Whether or not you've noticed, restaurants like Wendy's to White Castle have been using small amounts of AI in their drive-thrus for years. Wendy's CEO said the slowest part of the drive-thru is the ordering station. AI is able to cut down wait times by automating orders, relieving overworked employees, and filling in the holes at short-staffed restaurants. As more and more restaurants use AI, tech experts warn employees may soon be out of a job. AI can work long hours without pay or insurance. The technology, though, has some hiccups. AI is unable to hear customers in noisy environments, like when kids are in the car or music is playing. Right now, there's not enough data to show whether customers prefer AI over human employees. But experts say by the time the data is gathered, AI may have already taken over. And that is connecting the dots.
Welcome back. Summer is finally here, and that means it's time to spice up your patio. Here's your guide to a backyard makeover with Sunsetter. First, make sure your patio has a cool factor. Add an outdoor ceiling fan to cool the space and provide air circulation. That's what a fan does. Next, make space for a dining area. Get a wooden dining set that's low maintenance and big enough for the entire family. Finally, hang ambient lighting that helps illuminate your patio while setting a mood. I love it. Sunsetter is America's #1 best-selling awning with affordable custom features without the custom price. Spend more time outside and get the best value with Sunsetter. It's been an industry leader for 30 years. Call 800-513-6851 or visit sunsetter.com for guaranteed pricing on American-made awnings built to last. Now, before we go, I think we have one more debate to settle. Bless you, Erica.
Thank you.
Just do what you got to do. So earlier we were talking about SJP and her crooked necklace during her interview. So here's another look. So it appears to be going through her shirt, but is it intentional?
No.
Is it intentional is the question.
Wait,
no,
is it
not.
hooked
It looks
to
like
the
there's
side?
Yes.
It looks like it's hooked to the side.
I think she's trying a new trend. Do you think her stylist would let that happen?
I think it was in the middle of the interview, and you're just like, oh, wow, what can you do about it? You know, you're not going to.
You're going to stick to your guns on this one?
Yes, I am.
I'm not sure because it's so the way that it would hang doesn't really fit with the swoop of the neckline.
And look at the jewelry that is coming through.
I just want to end the week on Sam's wrong. Can we do that?
Strap and her top, I think.
We'll find out on Monday.
Okay. Cliffhanger.